Hi, my name's Josh from ImproveMySearchRanking.com, and today we're going to be going through this beginner's guide to on-page SEO. Basically, there are 6 key areas you must optimize for your web page or website to rank anywhere in Google, Bing, or Yahoo. And these 6 areas are very easy to optimize, and literally anyone can update them, even with no coding experience, especially if you use something like WordPress, which I hope you will use. Okay, so here are the 6 points we're going to run through real quick today. Content, title, meta description, URL structure, headings, and images. Okay, so let's go to point 1, content. Now, you've probably all heard of the phrase content is king, and I can't stress this enough that yes, it is completely true. You need to have great content on your website in order to rank well. This is because if you have good content, people are going to want to share your page and are going to want to link to you. And this is fundamental in SEO. So before you post any new page on your website, you want to ask yourself these 3 questions. Does this content supply demand? Would I recommend this content to a friend or peer? And finally, is this page actually worthy of a link? If the answer to all these questions is yes, then go ahead and put your new page online. If not, go back to the drawing board and start again. In regards to point 1 here, does this content actually supply a demand? You can use the Google Keyword Tool, which is a free tool. Just search for Google Keyword Tool and you can check how many people are searching each month for a particular keyword or phrase. And if you find a few hundred people actually searching for that every month, it's a good idea to actually write a post about it. Okay. You want to make sure that all your content is remarkable and it provides value for your readers. So if it's not remarkable, if it's not providing value, don't put it online. Start again. Think of something else to do. Okay. So point 2, title tags. The title tag is the second most important on-page element, aside from the actual main content itself. Okay. So it appears both in the browser bar and in the search engine results pages. Here we see the title for this page here, which is actually the home page of the Improve My Search Ranking website. It's a screenshot taken a few weeks ago. So you can see the title tag here is SEO Kent, blah 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 blah. Okay. The perfect format for a title tag is usually said to be one of the following: primary keyword, secondary keyword, brand name, primary keyword, secondary keyword, and finally primary keyword, brand name, secondary keyword. Now, if your brand is massive and a lot of people know about your brand, then I would actually recommend point 2. However, this is not the case with most businesses, and therefore point 1 here is what I recommend. Now, I actually use a combination of all 3 of these in different variations, and I sort of test and measure and check which one generates me the most click-through rates and the best position in Google. So, test them yourself, see which works best for you. And finally, you've got to make sure that your title tag contains 70 characters or fewer. Okay, so if you have more than 70 characters in the search engine results pages, you're actually going to see ellipses or dots instead of your actual title tag. So you want to make sure you keep to 70 characters or less. Point 3 is the meta description. Now, the meta description doesn't directly influence the position of your website in the search engine results pages, but is extremely important to the human user. It needs to include the keyword your web page is trying to rank for, and it must be written in a compelling fashion so it entices people to click through to your website. And that's why it's so important. It needs to be written in a sort of salesy way that summarises the page, including the keywords, using call to actions to get people to actually click on your site. And like the title tag, there's a limit to the amount of characters shown in Google. So with this, it's 156 characters. So if we go back to the page before, as you can see here, here's the meta description for the home page, and it is less than 156 characters. If it was more than 156 characters, you would see ... here, instead of actually the writing I've got here. Okay. So now point 4, which is the URL structure. Once again, you need to include your keyword in the URL. This is for relevancy purposes, and here is a good example. Okay, so I've got my website here, and then / how Google works. So this particular page here is actually trying to rank for how Google works. By including the keyword in the URL, I'm telling the Google robots that this page is about how Google works, and therefore it is deemed relevant to a search for how Google works. A bad example would be this here. As you can see, you see this on a lot of websites, sort of / random numbers, parameters, extension codes. This doesn't tell Google what your page is about. This gives it no relevance, and Google doesn't understand what this means. If you use the words here, it's very simple, and it knows what the page is about. Okay. You can actually also buy a domain name that reflects the keyword you're trying to rank for. So you can actually buy, if you were selling widgets, you might want to buy www.widgets.com, and this has actually been proven to help you rank better in Google. Point 5 is heading tags. Once again, you want to use your target keyword here for relevancy, and with headings, these are things you tag on your page, and if you use something like WordPress, this is very easy to do. In WordPress, which is the content management system I use for my website, you can simply highlight text on your web page and then assign it to a certain heading level. So here we have the H1 tag for this particular page. So this page here is trying to rank for the beginner's guide to on-page SEO. That's the keyword phrase this page is trying to rank for. So that is the H1 for this page. Now we have H2 tags here on these subheadings, and these are related to the main heading, but they are sort of secondary keywords. So on your page, you want to signpost your page nicely. You want to have the main title, the H1 tag, which should be the keywords you're trying to rank for, and then secondary keywords should be used as heading 2 tags. So it's all pretty simple stuff. And finally, point 6 is images. Now, Google robots actually can't understand images, and they just see the sort of source code of your page, so they can't actually see images. So we've got to help them out in that regard. So we need to give them relevant alt text, titles, and file names. So, for example, there's an image on this page, if you look further down the page, about the title tag. As you can see, before I uploaded this image to the website, I gave it the title, the file name, title tag.png. Okay. I also, when I uploaded it via WordPress, it asked me, do you want to give it any alt text? So I gave it title tag. And also, WordPress asked me, do I want to add a title to it? And you can see in all 3 cases, I've given it the same name. This helps Google and other search engine robots understand what this image is about, and helps the page in terms of relevancy. Okay. So once again, that's pretty simple stuff, and if you use WordPress, it's very easy to do. So that basically summarises everything you need to know about on-page SEO if you're a beginner, and these 6 points are really going to help you rank well for your keywords. There is another post on this website which is more in depth and goes into detail on a lot more on-page SEO elements. Once you've done with this presentation, you might want to move on to that. But to summarise, number 1, content. Is your content actually remarkable? Does it serve a purpose? Is it giving value to your readership? If not, trash it and start again. 2, title. Does your title include the keywords, and is it 70 characters or less? Point 3, meta description. Does your meta description entice click-through rates to your website? If not, you might want to rewrite it in a more compelling fashion. Point 4, URL structure. Is your target keyword used in the URL? This helps Google understand what your page is about, and is highly important. Point 5, headings. Have you used your primary and secondary keywords as headings in your web page? Once again, this helps Google understand what your page is about. And finally, images. Have you actually attributed relevant alt text, titles, and file names to your images? If you take these 6 points into consideration, you'll rank extremely well for your keywords. It will help you rank extremely well, as long as you also have a good off-page SEO link building scheme going on too. Okay, so I hope you found this presentation useful. Please check back to the website for more posts like this. Thank you.